St Peter's Hospice plays a vital role for local people at the end of life. Here, adults in the Bristol and surrounding area are cared for at the most difficult times of their lives. I'm Caroline Quentin and I'm here at St Peter's Hospice to tell you about their Room to Care appeal. The hospice's aim is to improve the quality of the patients living and dying, whilst offering support to their families and loved ones, and that's why I'm supporting it.
St Peter's Hospice at Brentry was built in 1998, and at the time we were a well-recognised provider of palliative care in Bristol. Patients, because of our specialism, have become more complex that come here, and therefore we really need to update our rooms to enable us to care for these patients who've got complex physical, psychological needs. And now is our opportunity to do this work. Currently, we've got 6 single rooms and 6 double rooms. As our patients have become less well, then the sharing of rooms has become much more complicated.
Patients come here for peace and quiet and to be safe and to be nursed in what they feel is going to be a very pleasant and quiet environment. The hospice has changed quite drastically over the past 5 years. It is busier. Being in a shared room can be very difficult to manage from regards of limiting distress to another patient and another family, because potentially they're watching what could happen to them. It does become very difficult and very demanding.
Last night the gentleman was in a lot of pain and they were dealing with him, and you could hear all the conversations between the doctors and the nurses, although I didn't understand what they were talking about. But the poor man was screaming, with pain and things like that. So the poor chap, and I thought it was wrong for people to eavesdrop on everybody else's personal, problems.
In my circumstances, when my mum has got sort of nearer the end, you want to be able to come in and spend the evenings and the nights with her, and you can't do that with another person in the room. You just need that privacy. Things like having your own toilet, your own shower. It's a massive advantage to being in a room on your own, and we've seen that now because my mum's in a room completely on her own, and we've got 4 of us staying in overnight with her. We've been able to shower and eat together. It's just nice to have your own space.
We do holistic nursing, so we don't only manage symptoms, we manage the person as a whole. And I think single occupancy is key in ensuring that we protect privacy and dignity and nurse people safely.
The plans for the new hospice building are impressive. The inpatient unit will be completely rebuilt and extended. Plus there'll be an expansion of the first floor office accommodation to free up the ground floor for patient and clinical use. This will give the hospice 15 enlarged ensuite single bedrooms, each providing an enhanced care environment. The new room layout will give a more homely environment, offering greater patient privacy and dignity, where family members can stay over and patients can welcome visitors. Each bedroom will have access to a private garden terrace that is shaded in the summer but allows sunlight in the winter. The main focus of the design is to improve the level of care for the terminally ill. A new central nurse base gives staff a viewpoint of the patient corridors, the nighttime IPU entrance, and also the admission entrance for ambulances. A cafe overlooking the gardens will provide an informal, non-clinical space for staff, visitors and patients. Adjacent to the cafe, there will be a peace room for either relaxation or quiet reflection.
So we're really excited about how these rooms will change future care for patients at St Peter's. It'll allow them to have access to the garden if their pets want to visit, if they want to make the room their own space with photos, their own duvets and things like that. So for us, it will enable us to give the care that we want to for patients at this difficult time of their lives. Building work begins in October 2017 and completes in 2018. In this time, a shortfall of £2.53 million must be secured.
So we need your help to ensure that St Peter's Hospice is able to provide local people with the very best palliative care to the highest professional standards for the next 20 years. With the population of Bristol growing and people living longer, there will continue to be a greater call on this service into the future. Please help us to build a 21st century hospice for Bristol. To donate, visit www.stpetershospice.org. And thank you.